Talk about a chapter to get you maybe a little emotional, maybe feeling prideful, maybe feeling all sorts of things when it comes to Black Clover chapter 313. And finally, the seemingly rescue and re-emergence of Yami Sukehiro. I ain't gonna lie, when I read this chapter, I read it a couple different times because I was like, oh baby, oh man, this is getting me emotional, because it's something about the Black Bulls, and I think that's something why us Black Clover fans really ride for this series and we resonate with one another, because it's truly a demonstration of a bunch of, misfits, outcasts, black sheeps, so to speak, coming together, finding a commonality, or actually just using the commonality of what they are and what society has deemed them to be, shall I say, and just making their own family, essentially deciding, you know what, if y'all got a problem with me, that's cool. I'm gonna go this way, and they're gonna go that way, and they're gonna go that way, and we're all gonna go over there, and we're gonna do our thing, and we're gonna have fun, and we're not gonna care about whether you think we ain't nothing, whether you think we're trash, weak, whatever the case may be. That's cool. Y'all can have y'all opinion. That ain't none of my concern. And that's something that this chapter really just pushed forth, demonstrated, reminded us as Black Clover fans of what the Black Bulls really stand for, and just in general the fact that Yami is the one that really orchestrated the entirety of this group of misfits, and how beautiful this family really is, because that's really what the Black Bulls are. And I just really love seeing the camaraderie and seeing all the memories and everything. And there was certain instances in here I'm like, we were just talking about some of this stuff, I'm just saying, we were just talking about Julius, I'm just saying. So we're gonna get into that, but it seems as though the fall of Morris, which thank goodness, because I ain't gonna lie, get him out of here, get him out of here, has seemingly come to fruition. But also the long-awaited rescue of Yami is here, and no one cares about William, apparently. No. Let's talk a little bit of that Black Clover greatness. Yes, baby, let's do it.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, yeah, people, like I was saying in the intro, I really felt it with this chapter. I ain't gonna lie, I was really hyped and excited, because how long ago has it been now since Yami was captured by Xenon at the end of the battle against Dante with Asta and whatnot? Like, it's been a minute. So to actually see him conscious, see him reunited with the Black Bulls and all that jazz, it was heartfelt, it was emotional, it was a time to be alive, so to speak, for a Black Clover fan. Although I ain't gonna lie, it did feel a little ominous, just a little bit at the end. And Tabata, I swear to God, Tabata, don't play with me, Tabata, don't do this to us, Tabata. And I'll tell you what I mean in a little bit, but let's take it from the top, because the chapter starts off very awesomely with a young Yami with the grimoire. And I ain't gonna lie, one of the things that I really wish would have been a thing, and I guess it's because Black Clover itself isn't the biggest series out there, I wish Black Clover Quartet Nights would have been a thing, or a bigger thing than it was, because I don't even think we got an actual official translation over here. And in case you don't know what Black Clover Quartet Nights was, essentially I believe young Yami was a part of that story, and I'm not exactly sure what the contents of the story in and of itself is, but I do know that there was young Yami in there, and I want to see more of young Yami. I see the first page with young Yami with the grimoire, and I'm already like, yo, this dude, his design is badass, his demeanor is badass, he is truly what should have been the main character of Black Clover, okay, baby? Like, right now, a lot of people joke about it, but it's the truth. Right now, he's a retired main character, a retired MC of this series, and he's like, yeah, all right, yo, let's just do our thing. He became like the father, so to speak. Basically, he has done his job. He's Hokage Naruto in a sense, except Julius is actually Hokage Naruto, that design at the very least. But you get what I'm saying. He's cooling right now, or supposed to be, until these freaking pieces of crap Spade Nation came through and did what they did, the Dark Triad. But we see that back then, he had just arrived onto the mainlands of, the Clover Kingdom and whatnot, and a lot of people were discriminating against him, talking crap to him because he was a foreigner, basically making him feel really bad. And it was all because of his dark magic. They were like, oh, that repulsive dark magic, how could? And I'm like, bitch, you ever seen Dark Magician? Get out of here. I swear to God, some of the things are like, because I guess we can't obviously relate, but like, how you discriminating against somebody because, ooh, you have some foreign magic, but then again, that's the real world. That's the, you know, the real world in a sense is, hey, you're a foreigner, hey, things that I don't understand, that I'm afraid of, I'm gonna be talking shit, just in general, things that I don't agree with. Maybe they don't agree with dark magic because of whatever they've been taught, that, hey, dark magic is bad or whatnot, so they're gonna go and they're gonna talk crap. And it looked like he was in an abandoned building. Like, when he first arrived on the mainland, was he sleeping and living in an abandoned building, or what was up with that? That's pretty freaking wild that Yami came through and he was in an abandoned building, and Julius just happened to come across him like, yo fam, I was just happened to you know, I was just taking a walk, a stroll, and I saw in that abandoned building, do you have dark magic? And honestly, it just felt very coincidentally, and it could just be because this was like a walk through the park of Yami's story of since he got to the Clover Kingdom and whatnot. But we just a couple of chapters ago were talking about the possibility of Julius being that final Zograti sibling. You know, when he met Yami early on, all geeked about this magic and that magic, and we get reminded with this chapter again of how geeked he was about, oh my god, you got dark magic, I've never seen anything like it before. Like, he was so geeked about this dude's dark magic, and it could just be that Tabata had to include that because that's always been a staple of every time we see Yami's past, that, oh, when he ran into Julius, it was this important. Could be a little reminder for what's to come. Big plot twist. I'm just saying, there's the possibility. Evil Julius, baby, the final Zograti sibling. And I also was real appreciative of seeing, once again, Morgan. I thought we would never see him again, but it was really heartwarming to see the real Nacht when he was younger, and Morgan, the brother that passed away, and just in general, their interactions, because this chapter entirely, and probably why I love it even more so, was a Yami-centric chapter, from the time that he arrived on the mainland, being discriminated against, running into Julius, running into the real Nacht, and how the real Nacht was like, yo, you got a grim face, you know, mean face, whatever, but I want to let you know, I'm not scared of you. I ain't no bitch. I'm a young bull. And the beginnings of the camaraderie between him and Morgan, and how, again, Morgan just was very welcoming. While some people discriminated, some people were mean, some people were overzealous about him. It's, now that I think about it, everybody that ran into Yami up to this point was like a different type of person. Like, one was like, hey, you piece of shit, get out of here, you foreigner, we're gonna build a wall. Then others was like, oh my god, you're so special, we love you. And we even get a walkthrough of all of the mages and captains at that time that ran into him. We got Jack, we got the former captain of the Purple Orca, I can never pronounce his name, is it Guildre? Yeah, I'm terrible with that. Nozel, Fuegolia, Marioliona, some glasses dude. I want to say he was the initial captain. I forget the name of the group, but I want to say that's the one that initially they were served under, because yeah, I don't remember ever seeing the dude with the glasses again in the present timeline, unless I'm off. Charlotte, William, y'all know Charlotte when she first seen Yami, she was like, big hulking amazing goddess man, okay here. And when he ran into William, and William's like, so finally we meet, I'm like, okay, here's another crazy theory. What if indeed Julius is the final Zograti sibling and he turns out to be evil? What if William is a part of this plot all along and he's willing to sacrifice himself for Julius's goals? Like, at the end of the day, he pledged himself to Julius, right? What if there's a possibility that's why there's no big like emphasis on rescuing William or whatever, because William is gonna turn around and say, bitch, leave me tied to this tree, what are you doing right now, I want to stay right here. There's always that possibility. I'm just saying, I know people don't want to hear it. It is what it is. Evil Julius could happen, but seriously, no one gives a fuck about that man. no one cares about him. Like, yo, throughout this entire chapter, the Black Bulls, and I get it, it's not their, you know, squad leader or whatnot, like it would be the Golden Dawn, I guess, to bust in and, oh my god, William, but like nobody's talking about dude, nobody cares. He gets like referenced just that one moment in the chapter, and it's like, Tabata don't give a shit, or he got a plot twist coming, or something here. It's going to set up for an even bigger moment, because we ain't out of the woods yet by the end of the chapter, and we'll get to that in a bit. But to this point, I still don't feel bad about William, because at the end of the day, yes, it was Patri that was inside of his body that did it, but William knew what was going on within himself, and he could have just say, hey King, I'm having a psychotic episode, can you just like strap me to a chair, I can't be trusted, boom. So yes, no, he's still a traitor, and that's why I personally lack a lot of sympathy, empathy for that character, because it's like, you was a piece of shit, you put the Clover Kingdom in danger, and you made a lot of bad shit happen. Sorry. And it's interesting to see that it was definitely Morgan's death that changed Yami, and obviously put him on the path to becoming the captain that he became today, because even early on when he was with Morgan, he was telling him like, yo, it's so crazy seeing the energy of all these captains, and me with my ghastly dark magic. Like, he wasn't looking at it as if that was even a possibility. And Morgan even encouraged him, like, nah, you'd be a great captain, to be honest with you. And Yami recognized, like, oh, you're a leader, you leading me into that, I get it. And yeah, it was real nice, like I said before, in general, just to see Morgan again, because the camaraderie between him and Yami. I could read a whole damn manga of Yami in his younger days and his squad with Morgan and shit like that. Like, young Yami, man. I really wish Black Clover Quartet Nights would have gotten translated, or hell, we would get a whole spin-off entirely different, just in general, Yami story, excluding Asta and everything, because that could work. That would be awesome. And then it was Morgan's funeral, which we've seen this before, but again, it was an entire centric to Yami chapter, because at Morgan's funeral, you see, of course, Nacht is all broken up about it, and Yami, it really gave him that final push that he needed, because Morgan was the one that told him, yo, you could do it, and he thought to himself, like, yo, no, this is, I need to make this happen for people like myself that were an outcast, people like Nacht over there that is an outcast, that is, you know, rebel, and he vows to create a brigade for outcasts, lost ones, people chained down, burdened with crime. Everything that the Black Bulls ultimately became is what Yami vowed to create, people that could be themselves, essentially, whether it be that they're outcasts, but nevertheless, they are being true to blue of what they really are, and he did just that. Morgan's death was the ultimate catalyst to pushing him to do that, but nevertheless it actually happened. And yeah, that's I don't know, I'm not gonna keep repeating myself. Yami manga when? Because then he goes on to say that, you know, he wants to create a group where basically he really wanted to allow people to not get discriminated against, allow people to, like I said, be themselves ultimately. And you look at everybody like Magna and Luck, that they love to rampage with their power and have battles and stuff like that, because it even goes, and we get to yet again see Yami's, you know, meeting with every Black Bull member and how it first began and whatnot. And a part of me felt like, and I'm not even gonna lie, I gotta just keep it all the way transparent with you guys, it felt like we were getting a send-off potentially to Yami. And I pray, yo, Yuki Tabata, what are you doing here? Because this whole entire chapter was recapping Yami's life, his reasoning behind what he did, an emotional, very, very heartfelt moment at the end. And I'm just kind of like, okay, this was a great chapter. Okay, he was captured for a long time, so it's nice to get reintroduced to the character, essentially. It's been a little bit, but it just felt like, why are we getting the history of a lot of things that we already know? It could just be that Tabata wanted to, again, just remind us. But it feels like it's setting up for something tragic. And I swear to God, I gotta keep on saying that. Not my Yami Sukehiro, not my beastly, ghastly man of a monster that actually is a rebel with indeed a cause of bringing forth every Black Bull, every black sheep together. And then that line right there, that line of ultimate acceptance, because, you know, you could say all day and night, hey, I did this for this one, I did this for that one, I did that so these people could be free, I did that so those people over there could be free. But ultimately, when you come to the final conclusion of, yo, I think I actually may have made a place for myself, that's something that was really, it hit, because he basically says the one who found a place to belong may have been me. He found a place to belong within the ranks of these Black Bull members, and that, I ain't gonna lie, man, again, very, very emotional. But ultimately, sometimes it's just perspective. Sometimes, like, you could look at it as, hey, I created all this for them, or you could look at it as, I created all of them for me. I put them together for me, and that's where he found his place. And yeah, he found this place being like a king of the people that people said weren't worth nothing, and he made them worth something. Because look at what the Black Bulls are now. Like, they were at one point regarded as the scum of the kingdom, no stars, negative 100 stars or something crazy, and now they're like number 2 behind the Golden Dawn. And that's a lot tributed to Yami bringing out the best of these people. If it wasn't for Yami putting all of these misfits together and showing them that you can do it, and not being necessarily cheesy about it, because Yami's never been that cheesy guy, like, come on man, break through your limits. He's just been like, hey, shithead, I'm gonna go take a shit, you better get it done. Like, that's boss, that's epic, okay? To essentially say, live how you want and still allow these people to become the best versions of themselves. Like, that's awesome. And then we had that little flashback, which I was kind of like, okay, because we see Morris and he was with Xenon, and ultimately they were basically saying that, no, Yami with this dark magic, he's going to bring about despair and destruction and all that jazz. And like, that's the total opposite. That's basically, again, people looking at Yami as what his magic is, as him. Like, you know, that's basically like some discrimination type of deal, some prejudice type of deal of like, yo, he's dark magic, oh, this is what he's for, this is what he's meant for. And oh, thank God that Morris got his ass kicked. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I saw Morris in this chapter and he was all cooked up and everything, I was like, yes, 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 finally get him out the way. You are not a Dark Triad member. You were never a real threat that I actually cared about. Like, I cared about Vonika's fight. I cared about Dante's fight. I cared about Xenon's fight. All three of them had some cool ass battles. Morris, I never believed you, not for a slither of a moment. Lucifero probably didn't even believe you. He was just like, yeah, you're a good boy, open those gates, motherfucker, open those gates. Like, that's what time it was, even with Lucifero. You a bozo from the Diamond Kingdom and never had a place up in this manga to begin with. Get out! And then if you paid attention to that one panel, right, it was like a strip of dialogue, and it was different dialogue boxes from the different members of the Black Bulls saying what Yami did for them. And I think the last dialogue was like, we can't live without you, or something like that. And oh, again, just the feels, fam, the feels. Tabata knew what he was doing. He knows how much Yami means to a lot of the Black Clover fans in general. Like, he knows, because the way he did this chapter, it just kept on like, oh. And again, like I said, Morris burnt to a crisp. I like to see it. Yeah. And then that touching reunion, the dialogue between them when Yami finally recognizes, like, oh, wait a minute, these are my guys right here. Like, first of all, just to see Yami go from, like, he was in utter despair to ultimately, like, he's smiling, like, oh, my people came for me. Like, I know that feeling, because he starts laughing and saying, oh, you people like me that much? Because, you know, he always has that, not tsundere, but that, like, who gives a shit vibe or whatnot. So for him to actually hear them saying that, and of course to just be rescued in general by his little family of misfits, I know it hit. And they all reply, yes, sir, we love you. And he says, well, it's mutual, you idiots. And I'm like, oh, man, yo, that again feels like something tying up in Black Clover. I know people hate when I start talking about, like, yo, Black Clover feels like it's ending. Like, even that relationship coming full circle between the Black Bulls and Yami, not just being like, oh, yeah, you're kind of cool, actually saying, nah, we love you, man. You've done so much for us. You made us a family. You brought the best out of us. You made me stop being shy and hiding myself. You made me this, that, and the third. For them to all come together and be able to... feels like, yeah, another thing that's kind of just been wrapped up nicely. Finally seeing them confess their feelings of, like, nah, you like dad to us, you know what I'm saying? Even Nacht says, y'all extremely reckless, but y'all got my respect. So for Nacht to even come down from that, who gives a shit, y'all got it, like, even Nacht says that he respects them. So take it for what you will. But the final moment that kind of added everything, right? Because again, we get this recap of Yami's life. A lot of times when a character's life gets recapped, they're gonna die. And oh my god, but then you add that to the very last panel of the entire chapter. There's like the ground right below, I want to say, where Yami is, and there's like a crack, and there's like a sound coming from it, as if potentially like they're out of time, the gates is about to open, and yeah, we could very well see the death of Yami next chapter, or the chapter. I don't know, man. I don't know if Tabata is gonna be that cruel. I don't know if he would really go that route, but yeah, the seeds are there, and this chapter felt like the seeds were really blossoming right now. Very curious what you guys think. For starters, how did you feel about the chapter in general? I felt, as a Black Clover fan, especially if you witnessed when Yami was kidnapped and everything till now, this chapter hit so freaking heavy because, again, this is why a lot of people love this series, man. You feel like you're part of a little community. As a real world aspect, Black Clover has been shitted on, people stepped on it, talk crap about it, all that jazz. So to see the series rise from the ashes and all of us together, like, it's just a good feeling, man. This is why we all came to the series to begin with. We love, you know, a common bond of shonen, and then at the same time with its own twist. And yeah, man, shout outs to Yami SUKEHIRO. I swear though, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Yami is about to bite the big one? Tabata's just playing here? Because a whole chapter recapping Yami's life, what's those sounds? He's not technically out of the woods just yet. He's still tied up there. Also, no one gives a fuck about William. I just had to add that in there. And your overall thoughts and expectations for the future of the Black Clover manga with chapter 3, 13, and beyond. Black Bulls forever, baby. Black Bulls forever. That's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and one more time, baby, for the one time. Yami, Sukehiro, greatness! Black Clover, greatness! Feels good, baby. Feels good. It's about to. You've been warned. No. Have an awesome day.